So
Meanwhile,
yeah,
I'm just reminiscing in the chat as for sure mentioned that the pin tweet on StarCraft Esports is actually quite old.
it
But that is
is.
because that's our banner, and it's from 2017 actually. Because back then it was very common for like fans to take photos like during Korean events,
Yeah.
and like you had people like Shayla, you had people like
Kenzie.
Monotone Sue, Kenzie, but Kenzie is more of a reporter. I mean, like just fans
Yeah.
taking pictures, and yeah, and it was very common for them to take pictures during events. So we could like ask them for permission, and they would let us use that as a banner after every event. But over time, it kind of stopped being a thing because like a lot of people who would do it regularly got busy with other things and there kind of weren't like new ones, and then with pandemic obviously it got even worse.
Yeah, exactly. So that is why that photo is so old. Eventually we will update it, but that photo is also really good.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I still remember, it feels like yesterday where we updated the photo to innovation. Like I still remember when we did that, and that was like 4 years ago. That's crazy.
I know, I mean it. There's only one photo that's better than that, but we don't have permission for it, I
It's
don't think.
true.
Or maybe
That's
we
true.
do. No, we do have permission for it, I think. I think we used it. It was earlier than
Yeah,
that.
we used it. We
It's
used
the
it.
Beyond photo.
Yeah, we used the Beyond photo before that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Beyond photo is the best photo in esports. Prove me wrong.
But we are here. We are finally in our series. The players have returned, and group. Who do we have here in the bottom left?
In the bottom left, we have the pink Terran player representing Mexico and Unidos por el Vicio. We have WhiteIdra, who's already blocking the wall on the other side of the map.
Yes, and spawning in the top right, currently getting his wall blocked. We have the Peruvian Terran player. He is purple. He is representing his brand new team, Team Exxon. It is Tavo.
See, I'm glad we can count on WhiteIdra to do something. Something WhiteIdra.
I just love how like the smiley face on the star is on top of the bunker.
It's like so happy to be there.
It's very
I mean,
cheeky.
like Tavo has the same star, so you know.
It's true. They do. But something that we didn't get to point out is that the SCV of Tavo was trying to kill the SCV of WhiteIdra, and he did kill it, but 1 second too late. The bunker did finish, and now the Reaper went across the map for WhiteIdra.
Got in? He actually got into the bunker.
Oh my.
I didn't expect that would happen. I'm not sure what advantage it gives other than shooting the barracks, but hey.
Yeah. I mean, he shoots. Oh god, he just barely gets back in. But as we see, like, it's basically a safe point for his Reaper, and he can dip down into the low ground. He can kill that SCV. On top of that, it's of course disrupting everything else going on for Tavo. Tavo has to deal with this. Oh, go get it. Go get it.
It was a distraction, actually.
Oh god. And yeah, so far so good. WhiteIdra, he has been able to delay that natural.
Yeah, pretty good. Like, he delayed the natural, and I'm pretty sure he bothered like the other player a bit because, like, you had like certain build in mind, and then like you get this random bunker, you're like, why?
Exactly. It's really annoying. It's just a way to really put your opponent off tempo, So that's what WhiteIdra's the best at. Oh my god, the win of my shot!
It could be way worse.
It could have been worse, but it was pretty good. He was able to take out one. Oh my god, another one! Oh! Wow.
That was a good one. It was a good placement. Nice.
Exactly. One Hellion went down earlier, and now 3 Reapers for free. WhiteIdra has this under control. But again, he needs to do this because his natural is so late.
Yeah, and he's going to the other side of the map with the Reapers again. For a moment, he was waddling the Widow Mines as well. I was like, are you just gonna front attack with them? But no. Nice cleanup, though.
These Widow Mines are amazing. Oh, no!
No.
that poor Widowmine. I mean, there's a tank here. Tavo should be fine here across the map. Should be fine. Okay, interesting. I'm not too sure what he was doing there with his SCV, but he's here to repair, I guess, question mark, just in case. At the same time, the Reapers do get into the main. He does get a scout off.
Did he just bump a tank?
Yes.
I just saw a jumping tank. Oh my god.
That's why he took like 5 HP or something. No, not even. Like, yeah.
This is why I like that map during Mapper's Delight, where they just put that like Reaper grenade effect in the water.
Yeah.
That animation is one of the silliest things in the game. Like the only thing sillier than that is tanks being lifted by phoenixes and just waddling their legs.
Or queens. I don't know if you queens when they get stasis, like their legs are like in the air and like shaking.
Yeah, they like keep walking. The same thing happens to roaches sometimes. Not always, but sometimes.
Oh god. But this is the part of the game that we were kind of dreading a little bit. You know, we are here. We are in now the mid game, and things are slowly ramping up here.
I see tanks. I see a lot of tanks. I don't see a lot of bio on either side.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, okay. So I was a little bit concerned, but of course Stim is on the way and we have 2 more racks. So Tavo is playing bio tank. Meanwhile, WhiteIdra, he's doing what we expect from him. He is the one who is playing mech. And what's...
No. I was gonna say, like, it's just like a bit surprising to see all the tanks being pumped out first without like pretty much any bio support. I don't think that's a very common strategy. Typically, you will have like at least a small group to support them.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting that Tavo has prioritized, I mean, even more so than tanks, just Vikings. Like, he has how many Vikings?
Yeah.
What, 8 Vikings already? He's gonna have 10 Vikings? Like, that's insane. We'll see if he just has them to support his army or if he intends to, like, actually use them to harass a little bit. He does scan, he does see the production, he confirms that he's up against mech.
And a 2 starport as well. So I guess there will be even more Vikings on the field.
I mean, WhiteIdra has to catch up, right? And I love this and I hate this from WhiteIdra. This is something that WhiteIdra does and something that I would love Neo to adopt. He has very forward sensor towers to like cover like these massive areas. Same with over here. Like normally because the sensor towers are a little bit closer, like they kind of leave a lot more exposed, but these are so far out there. They cover the entire half of the map actually.
Yeah, but notice that the way he placed them, like the edge of the circle is touching the edge of the map, so like the whole area is covered. Like there is no like space where something would sneak by and get to his base, and yet he's getting as much coverage as possible. So this is actually a very strategic placement. Yeah,
these are like the most optimal like Venn diagram, not even Venn diagram, just circles that you can get. It's great. And we can see like we even have a couple of missile turrets in the middle of the map as well. Like we see WhiteIdra, he's working on a 4th base. They are coming. Like WhiteIdra, he's trying to macro up as hard as possible, but because of that, he is currently a little bit down in army supply. Like he could be caught off guard here.
Oh, it's time for the air wars.
Yeah, and there are enough Vikings here for Tavo to one-shot the Vikings of WhiteIdra. WhiteIdra already losing 3 Vikings there. He does have to back off, but Tavo has to be careful. There is a Widowmine.
He's like, I rarely see Widowmines hitting Vikings. Like how many like can you kill a Viking in one shot?
We'll find out. We'll find out. Oh,
no?
Just nuts. And he did soften up the Vikings, but there are just barely not enough. But with the defender's advantage, WhiteIdra, he takes the battle in the sky.
Yeah, the reinforcements.
Yo, land your Vikings on top of the tanks. Do it.
Yes. I mean, there's not a lot of them, so it's a little risky.
It is.
You can snipe a tank or 2.
It is very risky, especially because you will 100% be trading your Vikings, which, I mean, ideally you want to keep your advantage. Oh god, there we go. He does land.
The army. Yeah, I'm not sure about that move, but hey, He pushed Tavo away, so I guess it works.
Well, he had to land the Vikings, otherwise he was going to lose his tank. Like, he only had one tank here, and that tank would have died.
Yeah. But the thing is, why was the tank there in the first place?
Because he wanted to kill the tanks of Tavo. he wanted to catch them.
No single tank.
Yes.
It's not how math works.
I mean, one single siege tank, if he gets enough shots off, would have been able to clean it up if Tavo decided to fight. But Tavo, he did back off. He saved the majority of his tanks. He only lost one in that push. But what's important is that he lost all those Vikings, and he has not remade them.
He's also trying to sneak back here on the south with a small marine force. And he's killing the sensor towers, which is nice because he's taking away the vision, but he's not doing any damage because WhiteIdra was notified about this so much ahead of time.
Yeah, hopefully WhiteIdra does replace it. There we go. Immediately he does go to replace that sensor tower. And not only that, WhiteIdra, he was able to secure his 4th base. Now he's up to 4 CCs. Meanwhile, Tavo is getting his own 4th up. Like, we're getting to this point where we are gonna end up like, tank line versus tank line. Unless someone does something drastic. It's on Tavo right now.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the tank line versus tank line and the Viking dance on the top. And just, the PTSD is strong.
And that's why I'm saying it's on Tavo right now, because Tavo has the more mobile army. He's going biotank instead, so he has these small drops here that he can utilize to his advantage. But WhiteIdra, he's not too far behind, so he should be able to protect this position. Yeah.
And once again, he's the vision, where the vision comes to play, where he's always ready. But that said, there's an attack on the west, actually, that WhiteIdra doesn't seem to be prepared for.
Yeah, unfortunately, WhiteIdra had his entire army here on the right-hand side. He barely had anything here on the left, and oh my god, the tanks are going down and both bases are under threat. He's pulling the SCVs.
Oh no.
WhiteIdra, please! He's forced to land all his Vikings. The Vikings are gonna go down. There's just too much bio, and it looks like Tavo is gonna break him. 31 SCVs went down.
It was like, I feel like it was a bit of a panic move, honestly, because sure, SCVs will help you protect the rest of their army, but not when they're running into a tank range. And then the Vikings landed in the tank range as well, far enough that they couldn't shoot anything anyway. That looks scary.
Yeah, it was a miscalculation there by WhiteIdra. All those SCVs died for nothing. They literally achieved nothing just because they were staggered as well. They weren't buffering for any kind of army. And now WhiteIdra, he's on 2 bases. His base here on the right even was forced to lift. He has a little bit of mining here, but his economy is in shambles. A moment ago, he was going to be up to 5 bases.
Yeah, it looks so good, but this little distraction with the drop and the army just walking in, that caused a lot of losses for WhiteIdra. This is actually such a small army. He could totally fight it, even with the Vikings, I think.
Yeah, if he unsieged all his tanks and he just fought there. The problem is that WhiteIdra is doing he's looking a little bit inspired by Neo, where Neo just goes tank Viking and that's it, and he lacks a little buffer, and because of that he also lacks a little finesse with his army and mobility, and that's what WhiteIdra is kind of stuck with right now, where he doesn't have a lot of Hellions. He has a decent amount now, I guess. Yeah, but against this, really? We'll see.
I don't think the Helios will even touch anything, to be honest.
Oh, but what will the libs?
Oh, and the Vikings, they get rid of all the air. But the Marines are also reducing the numbers.
That was
there's another force coming.
There is. That was a really nice attack there, by a nice engagement by WhiteIdra. He actually traded very well. Will he be able to establish another base though? Again, I don't know if he has enough supply to really defend 2 places at once.
And he's actually both of his forward sensor towers are down, so he's actually being pulled apart, where there are 2 attacks coming and he doesn't know how to split his army.
Yeah, he just can't do it, and then naturally immediately gets focus fired. Can he hold the ramp? He's trying to siege up his tanks and his liberators.
Hellions are coming, but everything is already up the ramp and they're gonna have a hard time to get there.
Yeah, eventually this will get cleaned up, but at the same time, Tavo is getting ready to push forward. Ooh, nicely done by WhiteIdra. He kept all his tanks here to defend, but yo, the drop! Oh my god.
It's actually just enough to be cleaned up. Although he does take down the tanks, so that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that was a big loss there by WhiteIdra, losing 4 tanks to that drop. Oh god. It looked almost like WhiteIdra was going to be able to defend without losing any tanks, but yeah.
Yeah, in the end, the few shots actually managed to destroy the tanks. And Tavo already has another ball of army prepared.
Oh yeah. And now he's taking all his bases. He's taking bases here to the north, taking one over here to the right-hand side as well. He's still got his mass army, and yo, the tanks need to be what tanks even? There's no tanks. There's no tanks. There's one.
What tanks?
Oh no.
There's literally one. Oh no, WhiteIdra. See, this is sad part because like the setup for WhiteIdra looked so good, but like that one distraction like cost him a lot of like. It cost him the advantage pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that goes to show like the difference between like these two players, where WhiteIdra, you could argue that like strategically he was like more sound, but when it comes to like the mechanical skill of like being able to split up your army well enough and not be distracted too hard and like anticipate counterattacks, like that's something where he lacks a little bit. And if he didn't lack that, and if that's what he worked on, then he could be a great player. But right now he's being pulled apart.
Yeah, arguably this actually, like, I feel like that's something, if that's something you have trouble with, maybe you should be more aggressive and less defensive, because defense will always try to, like, you know, pull you apart. But yeah, it's a pretty solid game for WhiteIdra, but Tavo takes it.
Yeah. GG, well played. Tavo takes game number 1. The Chalon screen is still white.
No.
It's also very white.
It's blinding. It bothers me on so many levels. It's
Also,
ruining my overlays.
Darking just messaged me. He said, "It's not my fault Ryu versus Pakamike in the round of 32.
Well, not a Darking anyway.
Not a Darking. Are you joining me for game 2?
I mean, there's no place in the chat, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
I don't see the redemption. Is anybody redeeming it? I don't see it.
Thank you so much for joining me for game number 1, Kuro. I appreciate the help. I appreciate it. Now we'll go on to post with StarCraft Esports.
Oh, what happened in the chat? Oh no.
Oh no, what? Oh. 16 squads and Seki, redeem the crew, please. How did that happen?
Who's that even? 60 squads and Saki?
I don't
What's
know.
that? 60 squid? Never heard of them.
But it sounds like you were joining me for game number 2.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shout out to the people in the
Why
chat
did
for
I-
making that happen. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know. Like the chat is really looking after you. That's the thing. They're making sure the voice survives.
Yes, I appreciate it. Quack.
Why am I doing this to myself? For TvT of all the things.
Right, we're good. It's because it's a TvT that I need your help. I need you here.
Yes, 2 Zergs casting a TvT. That sounds good.
Yeah. Let's go. Meanwhile, just want to quickly check to see if there are any other updates. Nothing notable so far. Shelby is working his way through the bracket. Shakti is. Currently, Paco Mike and Ryu are playing at the moment. They're best of 3. After this series, we will try to sneak into theirs, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
So welcome to the map that is Light Shade, which is the map where we throw shade, the light question.
What?
On this map, in the top left corner, we have the pink Terran player, as always pink. We have the player representing Mexico and Unidos por el Vicio. We have WhiteIdra.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Peruvian Terran player. He is purple. He is representing his new team Exxon. It is Tavo.
So, have you ever found out how both these players got their names?
No. I should ask WhiteIdra. I would love it if his name is in no relation whatsoever to Greg.
Yes.
Like it's
Yes.
it's just a complete coincidence. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. But fortunately or not, I think somebody figured it out in the chat where it was connected, like a fusion between WhiteIdra and Idra.
Oh.
Like somebody in the chat suggested it way back when.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Makes sense, right?
But wouldn't Idra be better? Like Idra? Like Idra, but like with the dash there for
No, because that would not be. You can't have a dash in StarCraft.
Okay, fair. It would also be less obvious of what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that would make a lot of sense because I know WhiteIdra, he is like a very old school player. Like he's been around for a very long time. He himself is quite old. Kappa.
Wow.
God. I think he's like 33, maybe something like that.
I have no idea actually, but I know that he was like basically like he just plays like for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember that one time he said that like yeah, he's just like chilling with his wife and watching like the rest of the tournament and stuff. Like
yeah.
It's just having fun with the game.
We love WhiteIdra. He's great. Oh God.
Oh, by the way, since Hanette the bird is in the chat, liquid egg is actually from Yaku, and I just started repeating it ever since because every time Yaku couldn't figure out an LE, he would just end with egg.
Yes.
He couldn't bring up anything else. It was always egg. That
was the best meme of LE is that Yaku, he would struggle to come up with an E, he would panic, and then he would just settle on egg.
Yeah, it would be like thinking for a solid minute. It was just egg. There was nothing else in his mind. He was searching and he didn't find it. What a nice line. I always appreciate the Terran lines. They always make nice lines in their naturals.
Yes. I mean, they're ready, they're getting set up.
Yeah. WhiteIdra just has a widow mind. That's his style.
It is. So I'm a little bit concerned. So right now, Tavo, he's looking to play relatively safe. Like he's got this entire army ready just in case something comes. But as soon as he's ready, he's gonna push out. And he only just started his natural. Meanwhile, WhiteIdra was a lot more quote unquote greedy. Like this army is coming across the map and it's pretty big.
Oh yeah, and there's a Liberated as well, so this is gonna once again pull attention of WhiteIdra, and we're gonna see if he can deal with that.
This time there's only one Widow Mine to defend here for WhiteIdra. We'll see how good the connection is. We'll see if it just connects with one Hellion again or like in the center of the army. Ooh.
They got damaged, but not killed.
Yeah. That was actually pretty big. Like he killed one Hellion and damaged a lot of the army. So already this push has been hindered. And meanwhile, the Lib is in the main.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Like Here, like, WhiteIdra was microing hard to deal with the army, but the real threat is the Liberator in the main.
And already 7 workers go down, and honestly, that's well worth it for a single Liberator.
Yeah, and the Reapers are getting in, and they're gonna snipe the SCVs!
No! The rest of the SCVs are all trapped! No! Send help!
They can't run! Oh no.
Ay. Every single SCV is gonna go down.
Good job, Tavo.
Thank you for joining me for a 5-minute game.
You're welcome. I'm surprised that the first one was so long.
But yes, congratulations, Tavo, on defeating WhiteIdra 2-0 and advancing on in the bracket.
Yeah. So, with that, I wish everyone to enjoy this tournament and good luck in further casting. What round are we on?
We are in the round 3? Round 3? Round of 16?
Round of 16. Okay, round of 16.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hope you have fun for the rest of the tournament, and I will see you guys later. Bye.